My name is Phoebe Lowe. Welcome to News at 4 on Channel 78. Today we'll be discussing abolishment that took place around 1700 through 1865. Abolishment is the effort to end slavery. We will see who agrees and disagrees on this topic. Please welcome Maria Weston Chapman, who is an abolitionist. So Maria, why do you think slavery should come to an end?
Well, our motto here at Boston Female Anti-Slavery Society is believing slavery to be the direct violation of God and productive of a vast amount of misery, and convinced that this abolition can only be effected by an acknowledgement of the justice and necessity of emancipation. Alright, that's the reason for me and my 5 sisters trying to end slavery.
Very interesting. Will you please share a story of you and your sister's time as an abolitionist?
Well, in 1835, when we were in the middle of starting our group meeting, George Thompson, who was visiting New England, came with a mob towards the building we were in. The mayor told us we should leave, but I said, if this is the last bulwark of freedom, then we may as well die here as anywhere. We were finally escorted and able to finish our meeting at my house. After this incident, I was never again able to walk down the street without being shouted at or mocked by shop clerks. This was known as the day when 5,000 men mobbed 45 women.
What was the hardest part of fighting to end slavery?
Believing in myself to fight for what I believe in.
Very interesting. Okay, now we will be going to Raphael Michelangelo, who has other words on the topic. So, Raphael, what are the advantages of having a slave?
Well, they do all my work and I don't even have to pay them.
Oh, really? So, Raphael, do you not feel bad about punishing them?
Well, whipping them and hurting them only making them stronger. Keeping them quiet. They never talk back to me.
Good. Well, what are the disadvantages of having a slave?
Well, all this abolishment talk makes me know that my slaves aren't working as hard. And I have many people that do not like me because I have slaves.
I see. Well, time for a commercial break.
Crest 3D White Cavity Prevention.
Side effects may include diarrhea and death. All right, Mr. Thompson, we are ready to hand you over your new car. We just need to check your credit score and we'll be good.
Great.
One bad credit score can ruin everything. Welcome back. I will now introduce Thaddeus Young Brown, the 14th. He was a slave and now is free. Let's see how his life has changed thanks to abolishment that was added to the Constitution as the 13th Amendment on January 31st, 1865, 3 months after the end of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln and members of the Congress signed the 13th Amendment, ending almost 250 years of slavery. So, Thaddeus, what was it like being a slave for 45 years?
It was the hardest time in my life. It was a huge struggle to fight back. I didn't learn how to read. If a person tried to teach me how to read, they would be imprisoned or whipped. It was a very horrible time in my life.
I'm so sorry. Tell us, how has abolition changed your life?
I was freed, I built a house, and now I have a family. And I'm fishing in this creek for dinner.
Are you grateful for abolition?
I'm very grateful, and forever will be.
We have finished our show. I hope you enjoyed learning about abolition. Remember to watch my show at 4 every day. Thank you. So, do you think slavery was fair?
No, I do not think slavery was fair. Although, I did get a new perspective on slavery with Thomas Jefferson when we were in Washington, D.C. Thomas had slaves in order to protect them because he knew if he released them that they would never be free. And he took very good care of his slaves. So I don't think it was fair, but I did think it was very interesting how there were still people who would take care of the slaves and respected them as human beings.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, if you could have a slave, would you have one?
No, slavery's bad.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, how do you feel about slavery?
I think it's awesome.
Why?
I think that people should be able to work for money and homes that they don't really have to pay for. They put in a full day's worth. They get paid.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, and
Slaves do not get paid.
they can buy stuff in the general store that their boss owns.
Would you have a slave today if you could?
Yeah, and his name would be Alberto.
Do you think slavery is fair?
Do you think slavery is fair?
Well, based upon the historical analysis of slavery and the slave trade, I would have to say it depends.
Okay, thanks.
Excuse me, sir. Can we ask you a question about slavery?
No.
Why? We just need one question.
Run!
Go.
Do you think slavery is fair?
No.
Why?
Because you shouldn't treat people like that.
Thank you. Well, Raphael, do you not feel bad about punching them?
Well, whipping him and hurting him?
And forever will be.
We have finished our show. I hope you enjoyed learning about abolition.
Struggle to fight back.
Okay.